Yeah, so I went through the 1K Shazera, then to the 1500 Shapton Pro. Basically, the Shazera and the 1500 Shapton are the same grit, but I want Shapton scratches because I'm gonna go on with the Shapton Pros, and this one is harder and gives some more precise bevel. Like if I go for a knife that I'm not gonna shave with, will be Shazera and then the 5K Shapton mainly, but the 1.5K is an awesome stone for like putting a really good bevel on a straight razor or a knife you will shave with, and it leaves a respectable finish, pretty much like the 1K Shazera. And they are different type of grit system ratings. That's why, yeah, it's confusing, but trial and error and you figured it out. Anyway, arrive at the 5K Shapton, which is pretty much the critical stone, I'd say. The 5K Shapton Pro is a stone you'll probably never figure out 100%, but once you get it right, oh man, it's a sweet stone. This is really the critical leap. If you get it right between the 1K-ish and then the 5K, then the rest is just a breeze. This is really a critical leap. 1K-ish or 1.5 to the 5K, and that's where it's at. If you get it right after the 5K, you have an edge that you can easily push cut with, and it's just, everything is just nice. You sort of get tricked by this stone because it's all pink and pretty, but then you realize how hard it is and how fast it is while still being like 5K. So yeah, I've done the zoop on the 1.52. Of course, I'm going to do that on every stone. I do that with knives, and it's even more important if you're going to shave with it. And yeah, you can do various deburring things, but I don't really buy into that. You see just how much metal that still comes off at this level. And you also see here, this knife isn't 100% straight. And I'm not talking about that it's crooked or warped. It's just the teeniest bit just here at the tip, and that's enough because this stone is so goddamn hard that you immediately get those marks. And this is freshly lapped. But that is something you'll learn to work with on the 5K Shapton, but it's not the easiest stone to sharpen on. But once you get it right, this is the stone if you want to get some work done. Absolutely, the Shaptons. You know what? I'm also very aware of that. I don't have any system. It looks sloppy. I'm all over the place. I'm doing this way and that way. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I go by feel 100%. I don't have a single system. This is something that just works for me. And a lot of people are probably happy with whatever, you know, sort of progression. This way, raising the burr, doing this, doing that. But every time I try that, it just fails. But I think I get the results I want. So, probably put a warning up, not for the faint of heart, you know, but Jesus Christ, it's really shitty music on the radio. We need to put a record on, right? Okay, where we at? We have absolutely no burr, but we're gonna go for the zoop. Yeah, that's a good edge right there. Give it a quick 325. Just get rid of that. Build up there on the edges. And then we're gonna go for the zip zoop. Oh yeah. Yeah, probably should give it a bit of lap, but I think that'll do. Yeah, probably where they have a bigger lap, better lap, that'll do, pig. Alright, zoop zoop. And that's Tom's expression. I think he has a trademark and all, but I was taught this way a long time ago, and basically you just don't deburr. You sharpen off your home deburr off instead of breaking it off. I think that calls for excellent results. And Tom calls it the zoop zoop, and I just love that. And I can't replicate it the way he says it. So you could basically say it was invented in a couple of places. But I'll give him full credit for it, because before I met him, I didn't even know that that was what I was doing. There. And for you knife nuts out there that don't sharpen straight razors or shave with one, which you should definitely do, stop shaving with toys if you already have the stones. Anyway, what you do is just zoop, 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 zoop. Yeah, you get it. Today we're gonna be a whoop, whoops, zoop, zoop. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, push cuts newspaper. I think that's decent. We crumble it up, roll it up into a ball. Oh, this is an oddly shaped ball, I'm the first to admit. I think that's alright, don't you think? Oh, that's a good price for a computer, don't you think? But that's not what we're here for. Let's see, 5K Shapton Pro Edge, Richmond Fanatic, newspaper, sure zoop zoop. Not quite, almost push cuts. And there, a few places push cuts, a few places that don't. That needs a bit of wet dirt. So here's the slice. Yeah. I think that's, I mean, for a kitchen knife you couldn't really, you can stop now and be, I mean, for a kitchen knife you could stop now. That would be no, you'd be happy with this edge forever. AK Shapton Pro, just lapped it. And this is, we've done all the hard work. The critical leap again, 1K-ish to 5K. From here on is just a smooth sail. 8K. Yeah. Rinse it off. No slur at this point. There. You probably won't see it, but it undercuts the water really nice already, so really no need to spend any more time here. Just gonna clean up a bit from the 5K and then move on to the finishing stone. really is sharp enough at 5K, but it's not smooth enough because you still have a scratch pattern that is 5K. So while it cuts perfectly, it's not something you really want to have on your face. Rinse it off. If you have a softer stone, you definitely want to lap it because you want it flat. Or if you have a dish Shapton, of course, but a dish very slowly. And go for the zoop. And this is really the weight of the knife only. Zoop zoop. And we're done. This is very soon. This is going to be the final stone in the progression. This is a bit of a bastard outside of Japan, at least. It's the 12K Cream Super stone. This is the 12K Super Cream Super Shapton Pro. This is not guaranteed outside of Japan. It's only sold domestically because the formulation isn't suited. Something with climate changes and everything that might make this one crack. I wouldn't have picked it up. I would have went for the regular Western word Shaptons, but an internet friend of mine had one that he sold to me for next to nothing, so I figured I'd take a chance. And so far it works, but I definitely recommend that you pick up the ordinary 15K. As for like the fineness or whatever the grit size, I can definitely see that is a more of a 15K finish on it, but I guess at those, I mean in the end 12 or 15K really is very similar because the finer it gets and all that. Anyway, this is a really hard stone, very fine, but still cuts very fast. So usually I go zoop zoop from the beginning and see where we're at. You can see immediately it takes away metal. And this is really no pressure. Finishing on such a hard stone takes a bit of focus. I mean, if you're focusing on an Eva Super stone, which gives a similar finish, more shiny but less sharpness, you can really just slop away because that stone is so soft. As long as you don't cut it, it will just polish out everything and all mistakes and everything. So I can see why it's very popular because it's simply easier to use, but the end results from a Shapton at this grit size is definitely kick-ass. Basically, if you want to get some work done, that's all Shaptons, baby. This is, I mean, this is 12,000 grits. Look at that, the amount of swarf. That's no stone and all swarf. Yeah, time for zoop zoop. This is freshly lapped. I know at least one guy would lap it again, but I won't. Zoop, 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 zoop. And since I'm gonna strop this one a bit too, I'll do some stropping motions on the stone. I usually do that, or sometimes I don't. But it just feels good. when you strop on the stone, you shouldn't really use the zoop zoop sound effects, because that is trademarked basically for the edge bleeding. So yeah, I am sloppy sharpener, but you get some decent results, if I may say so. Since this is the internet, I can say what the hell I want, and your only way of not hearing is yeah, if you hear me talking now, it's too late. You heard it. Sorry about that. There you go! So, this one should push cut with absolutely no troubles, or I have done what I should do. Let's see. A prof isn't a push cut. I'm happy. I think we succeeded. I really have to excuse Swedish radio for playing shitty music today. Oh God. Come on. Anyway, we started the journey with this. Yeah, so we started the journey with this. A fairly coarse Swedish natural stone. And we went through the progression. And now, with the synthetics, and now we're up to the finish. And here's a homemade, sad-looking bench type of strop. Then the important thing with this one is that this side is treated with a vintage Swedish stropping paste for straight razors, a finishing paste. And the stick I used for this, but it's a really fine paste. It gives a edge similar to like chromium oxide at the 0.5 level, but it has slightly more bite. And I figured we have some Swedish steel. The bevel is reprofiled, the knife is reprofiled on a coarse natural, and then it's finished on a Swedish stropping paste. Can you give it a couple of laps here? It would have of course been easier if I had it on some type of bench strop, but I don't, so let's do. I think this is okay. Let's check it out. Really nice polish going at the edge. It should be ready. Yeah, treetops with no effort. So that usually means it's shave ready. And it's definitely grabbing onto my thumb here, the way a shave ready edge should do. So yeah, let's shave, man.